Hello guys, and welcome back to another video where today we're going to go back to the roots of the channel and talk about the franchise I made my first ever long form video about, Godzilla. To be more specific, I'm going to be talking about the MonsterVerse franchise, the Godzilla franchise that I really have some nostalgia for. I remember going to see one of the films in a drive-through theater with one of my family members, and that was one of the coolest things I've ever done. I really enjoy this film series, but that does not mean there's bad films in this series. Oh boy, there's definitely a bad one in there. So today we are going to be we're going to be ranking every single MonsterVerse film from worst to best. Okay, that title is kind of a lie because, sorry to all my Kong fans out there, but I haven't seen Kong Skull Island, and I'm not going to waste an hour to watch one film. Besides, I don't even know where I could find it on streaming, so, yeah, I'm just not going to include that in the ranking. But if I had to, I don't know, like 4th place, I guess? I don't know. But anyways, let's get into the video. And in last place, in 4th, technically 5th place, with Kong Skull Island, but again, I haven't seen that. In last place, I have Godzilla 2014. This movie is so boring. It is tediousness, the movie. It takes forever for anything to actually happen. I actively got bored like 10 minutes into the movie. The main characters are forgettable, and they put Godzilla onto the aside, like in the first freaking film he was in the MonsterVerse, showing that the MonsterVerse not giving Godzilla time to be on the screen isn't anything new. They've been doing this since the start. But despite all the flaws I have with this movie, I don't think it's completely unredeemable. I do think there are some pretty good things about this movie. Like, for the start, the Mutos. The Mutos are really cool in my opinion. Yeah, like, the Mutos are actually a pretty cool creature they introduced in the 2014 movie. I really love the design of these creatures. I think they're one of the best designed creatures in the entire movie, but they don't single-handedly save the entire movie. There's one scene in the movie that is really, really good, and I think y'all know what scene I'm talking about. Let me just eloquently show the clip. Peak cinema. Also, that little music bit you heard at the end of that scene, that's another thing I really love about this movie. Well, something I like about this movie. I don't love this movie, but another thing I like about it, and honestly, the entire series in general, the MonsterVerse has some really great music. Like, the music is top notch. Here are some examples of what I'm talking about. Actually, I'm gonna end that video right there because I don't want to get copyright strike. Actually, I'm a pretty small YouTube channel, so maybe I won't. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, the music's very good. I like the Mutos. I just don't like that how boring it is. And plus, you can barely see anything in the movie. Like, it's really dark for absolutely no reason. So yeah, Godzilla 2014, not an awful film, but it's not a good film. And in my opinion, the worst MonsterVerse film in the entire series. Now, next up, I think the third best Godzilla film, maybe controversial. I have Godzilla 2019. Yep. Now, this is the version that my toy is actually based on. So, yeah. Anyways, I like this movie. This movie is it's a really good sequel to the first one. Because it gives us more of the beloved kaijus we wanted in the first film. Into the next one. Like, we got Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan. I mean, come on, what more do you want? I know what I want more. Gigan? Can we have a Gigan in here? Once again, the music slaps in this movie. I absolutely love the music here. I feel like this, no, never mind. I was gonna say that I felt like this is where the movies started to get goofy, but no, my friends. That wouldn't happen until like a while. I love almost everything in this movie, except a few things, like the characters. Yeah, the characters are pretty boring, as usual, and the pacing isn't good. It is weirdly pasted in places, and it's meh. But I do think the positives outweigh the negatives here. All in all, I think this movie is a great improvement from the last one. So, yeah. And I probably assumed that Kong Skull Island is better than the first one. I don't know. Look, I've already said it, but you know what? I'll give my final thoughts on this series at the end of this video. Now, in second place, I have Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. Now, Godzilla x Kong: The New Empirus, I don't know why I said that last part, it's a pretty good film. And honestly, even though it's in second place, I can consider it the best MonsterVerse film in the series. It feels like it fully embraced the goofiness in the series. Actually, I think number 1 does, but this film is a great sequel to Godzilla vs. Kong. Like, it has the two guys teaming up to fight a bigger guy. Yeah, kind of like the Aliens and Predators and Alien vs. Requiem, but actually done good. Like usual, the human characters are pretty boring, and the story is a bit pasted weirdly, but this film has a lot of good things going for it. It brings some stuff from the comics into the movies, like Tiamat, which is cool. Shimo is a pretty cool kaiju. I just really like this movie. If I had to recommend a film the most in this series, it would be this one. This one is honestly the best one in my opinion. And I really recommend watching it. It's just a really, if you want to see a really fun monster movie to watch, you got this one right here. But it is not my favorite in the entire series. Okay, this may sound silly, but at number 1, I have Godzilla vs. Kong. I absolutely love this movie. It is the peak of the MonsterVerse. I don't care what people say. It is the movie at its goofiness. I could talk about the flaws it may have, but I'm not going to do that because I just freaking love this film. And I don't care what you say about this movie. Look, I have loved this movie, and like, the way they introduce, like, spoilers, the way they introduce Mechagodzilla into these series is really good. The soundtrack, the song they used for the trailer is perfect. You know what? Well, how about we play the trailers, the song? Okay. The song they used in the trailer is just a banger through and through. I don't care what people say, the song absolutely slaps. I absolutely love this trailer right here. This is my personal favorite trailer of all time. How about we continue listening to that song? And that's my thoughts on the MonsterVerse. I didn't include Kong Skull Island, but it looks fine in my opinion. So here's my final ranking of every single movie. Last place is Godzilla 2014. The movie absolutely sucks. Then probably Kong Skull Island, I don't know. Next is Godzilla 2019, pretty overhated in my opinion. Next is Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, just the best movie in general. And at number 1, Godzilla vs. Kong, my personal favorite in the entire franchise. It's just a joyride throughout, and I absolutely love it. So what are my final thoughts on the series? Well, personally, I think that more or less, the series has been getting better and better throughout the years. Like, each movie that goes forward, they keep getting better. Like, the first one was the worst, and the newest one is the best. So, all in all, I think the series has been going in the right direction, in my opinion. And I can't wait for the next MonsterVerse film. And that was me ranking every single MonsterVerse film from worst to best. I hope you guys like this video. And next week I will be well, first off, I'm gonna make an extra video the next week during the day week. But anyways, next week, I'm going to finally cover Jurassic World Dominion, and, yeah, and Jurassic World Dominion is where we're finally getting into the good films in Jurassic Park. So, I hope y'all enjoy this video. Goodbye.